Well, 12 months after floods decimated Lismore, many residents are still recovering. Some are cooking on camp stoves, others are still waiting to rebuild. Joining me now live is the chair of the New South Wales Farmers Lismore branch, Warren Elvery. Warren, thanks so much for your time. What do you need 1 year on?
At this point here, we still need some more help. There's, like from the farmer's perspective, we've got a lot of, the small crops and that are going again. Like people could plant their rice, they could plant sugarcane. The biggest problem has been when the cane that they returned for a couple of years has failed because they've been underwater. The macadamia nuts in the lower reaches of the river, they've struggled as well. People have been underwater for so long, that's affected them. So they've slowly had to replant, and getting trees has been a problem. The tea trees struggled as well because it doesn't like being underwater for times like it has. At this point, we just, it's a slow recovery. As far as the houses and that go, it's hard for the people in town because there's not enough tradies to go around. There's not enough building materials to go around. So it's just slow, or everything we need.
Yeah, mate, it does seem really slow, and that's from our perspective. So it must feel like a glacier from where you sit at the moment. Now, we hear, a lot of blame shifting. We hear a lot of people saying government at every level is just too slow. We have to give them, a little bit of credit. These things do take time. But what are you seeing in terms of things that can be done now, but are just getting caught up in red tape?
Well, the biggest thing would be at the moment is the housing situation where there's, like I said, not enough tradesmen to do the work. There's not enough resources to do the work. So there's people sort of got no houses to live in. If they could at least get a room or 2 rooms done in a house to make it livable, get people back into their homes, because they had to move away or move into one of the pods. They're away from their normal circle of friends and neighbours while they're living in those places. So, that'd be the biggest thing, is just getting the houses going again. And then, you mentioned the blame game. I think one of the biggest problems we faced in the whole region was the lack of river height measuring devices, the automated ones. Also the rainfall measuring devices, they failed. And it never let us have a good opportunity to know how much flood we were going to get from the rain. Everyone was sort of left in the lurch. The communication at that stage was down. You could only use 3G, the 4G network. You couldn't check radars. The NBN was down. So there's a lot of things like that we need to have fixed for if there is another time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let me ask you, how is the town doing? How's morale? We know it's still really tough, but if I know Lismore, I know that you'd be kind of pulling together, but it's hard to push through every day when it's been more than 12 months or almost 12 months.
Yeah, look, it is. And when the flood first went through, a lot of suppliers, their businesses were shut down. So for us to keep operating, we had to source supplies elsewhere. We're getting back now with those supplies, but what you've got to remember is there's no supernormal profits in any of the businesses that's happening in Lismore. Everyone's just living day to day. We've had a flood in 17, we had a drought in 19, we've had COVID, now we've had another flood. The businesses are struggling to basically keep going, and even to get stock again. When you ring up to order something, once it'd be overnight. Now a lot of the supplies we chase, it's a week to a fortnight away, and that's it just causes a problem. If you want something, you've got to try and really think ahead or be prepared to wait.